Welcome back to another crit recap breakdown video for you. This is a Pro 1-2 race in Chandler, Arizona. And this is from my GoPro mounted on the front of my bike. This is a Hero Session 5 for everyone asking. And I'm trying some new settings here. Let me know what you think in the comments below of some different settings. Let me know what you think as far as picture goes. Also, if you guys are just finding the channel, I bring crit content. We got reviews. I'm gonna start a little a little every week nutrition review. We're gonna bring all kinds of new stuff to the channel. Make sure to subscribe. If you haven't already, stop right now. Go down below, click the subscribe button, and then click the little bell next to it. That gets you notifications of every time that I post something. You get a notification, let you know, hey, CB's got a new video, it's up. So make sure to go do that right now for me. Appreciate that. Thank you to everybody on the Patreon page as well. Support's been out of control. People are like, you don't have to say thank you, but I'm gonna say thank you. I'm not gonna name names because I don't wanna embarrass anybody, but if you're one of my Patreons, you know who you are. Thank you so much, appreciate it. Okay, so this was a pretty unique race. What they did here was they did the first 5 laps. There were $100 preems for the first 5 laps. So what that means is, for those of you who don't know, a preem is like a kind of a prize within the race. So what they'll do is they'll call a preem lap, they'll ring the bell, and then the next person across the finish line first wins that preem. That preem can be things like gift cards to like burrito companies, or coffee, or like PlayStations. In this case, the first 5 laps were all $100 cash preems. So it was known before coming to the race that that was going to be the case. They advertised it as such to try to get out some pros and try to bring out some teams, and it kind of worked. It was a big, strong field. So the first 5 laps here you're seeing are just balls to the walls. Everybody wants to make some money. And I approached it with a little different idea. I thought if I was in the right place at the right time, I would sprint for a preem, but I wasn't going to bury myself to try to do it, because I had this feeling that a breakaway was going to stick at this race, because it usually does for the win. And then I really thought that it was going to stick from lap 6 because of the preems. So what I'm going to try to do here for the first 5 laps is just float as hard as I can. Keep my heart rate as low as possible, do as little work as possible. And if I was, like I said, if I was in the right place at the right time, I would go for one. It didn't come up organically, believe it or not. So I just kind of float and I wait for that 6th lap, because my whole game plan was based around the 6th lap breakaway. And we'll see. We'll have to see. You'll have to just find out if it happens. That being said, we're going to talk a little bit today about nutrition. We're going to talk a little bit about nutrition. I love getting the topic of nutrition because, man, it just incites like such a good conversation in the comments below. There are some people that just jump in with just pure hate, and we'll just keep eliminating those people from our lives and from our YouTube channel. But for everyone else who likes discussing things, presenting, good, logical kind of like arguments, right? By all means, let's do it. But I want to talk about nutrition because this race here, I felt really good. And like, it was the hardest race of the year, and I felt just fantastic. I think my normalized power was right at 300. But at the end of the race, and yeah, I sat in a little bit at the end of the race because we had a guy in the break, but I just felt good. So, and you know what I'm talking about. There's just days, it doesn't really matter where you finish, where you're like, man, I just felt good. And this was one of them. And I think a lot of it has to do with my hydration. This was a hot race, first hot race for us. I know you guys back east are like, hot. But yeah, it's March. I want to say it was like 75, 76 degrees. I'm not kidding. So it was hot. And I do better in hot situations as well. Like I just perform better. Like if I was a racehorse and you were like a off track better, you would know that I do well and to bet on me in a hot race. That's just like some horses run better, in the mud when it's raining. Some horses don't. Anyway, So I like the hot, but I also think it's because I've been hydrating really well. And yeah, I think that goes a long way. And I've been using, and it's not a new product, and there's no way paying me or giving me any product to say this, but this is going hand in hand with the new weekly episode that I'm going to bring you guys, which I'm setting up currently, which is going to be a weekly episode on one piece of nutrition. It'll be a quick little video, and all I'm going to do is sit down and I'm going to drink or eat it, primarily eat it on camera, tell you guys how it tastes, and just kind of read through the ingredients, and then give you my thoughts on when and how you would use the product. That's coming up. So that got me thinking, well, you know, I'm not going to probably drink these in front of you because I drink them all day long. But I've recently started, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, hydrating between races with Noon tablets, N-U-N-N. I might have a link in the description for the tablets, but it's kind of changed how I felt on the bike. And I know you guys are like, oh, you're just discovering electrolytes? Like, you're an idiot. No, look, I've used electrolytes. We all use electrolytes. Here's what's changed about Noon. A is how easy they are to carry around this little tube with you on a daily basis. They have daily supplements. They're like, they call it the vitamin, I think, or it was daily, now it's like vitamin. But like, just my ability to drink more water because I have this little tube of flavor in my pocket, it's gone through the roof. So like, I'm just walking around way more hydrated. I'm seeing, you know, better heart rates. It's just been huge. So check out Noon's products. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know why I wasn't drinking these earlier. I'm not a big fan of drinking flavored stuff in my bottles though. So like, I'll just go with just water unless it's a long ride. Like this is a 70-minute ride. I don't need electrolytes in 70 minutes, especially if I've had, like I had 2 rounds of electrolytes leading into this. So I was just sipping on water. I probably took like 4 sips in this race, which was probably not good, but by the end of the race, I was probably dehydrated, but I didn't start to feel it yet. Fatigue hadn't set in. 70 minutes ain't gonna do it. So at least for me and my body type. But I want you guys to think about your hydration more. Think about it daily. Don't just think about it like, okay, I'm on a ride, now I need to drink properly. Like, that's incorrect. You need to think about that between rides, leading up to rides, races, whatever it is. You need to be hydrated going in long before, especially coming into spring for you guys, and then into summer. You need to be hydrated long in between these races, rides. I was on a group ride end of the year last year. It was still decently warm out. Oh, here's the 6th lap, guys. This is where I go for it, right here. So I saw Johnny just went, he looks over, that gives me the sign, okay, it's my turn, and I knew this big guy was gonna go, and here I go. We're going for the breakaway right now. I had a perfect little wheel here, I go with it. We have a huge gap behind us. There's a big break up the road, there's like 6 or 7 dudes. This guy puts in a huge effort here, and actually like drops me through this corner. Watch this, he corners at like 35 miles an hour, this big dude. My tires were on the limit, guys. I'm gonna talk about these GP5000s too. I don't like them. I mean, they're a great tire, they have no grip. But anyway, so I scoot back up to him, and then I take one last little pull and I bring us up to that group. I thought this was it. This was the 6th lap. I had waited, I put myself in perfect position. He gives me the elbow. I'm like, let's do this thing. I'm gonna take it up there, boom. My heart rate is like pegged. I'm going all out, inside out here. Remember little headwind on the front straightaway? Doing 33 miles an hour here. I make it, we made it. I thought this was it. And you guys are like, well, it's a 70-minute race. How do you think you're gonna make it? Okay, so we have every team represented in this breakaway here. And we have two Stonehouse, 2 Jet Set, soon to be 2 Landis, myself, and then the 2 independent riders. Like, that's perfect. I honestly don't know why this breakaway failed. I wish I did, but I felt like we had something here. And I've seen brakes stick from this early in the race, especially after 5 laps of people sprinting for $100 preems. It didn't stick. I don't know why. Yeah. And I was already like, and then let's talk about what I was gonna do here too. So because I have Johnny and he's not in the break, my whole plan was Johnny is the best sprinter in this field. There's 2, 2, and 2 of the big 3 other teams in here, and then just me. So my plan was to skip rotations. I was gonna rotate probably for the first 10 minutes, which right here, just the shuffling just happened, and I didn't really necessarily mean to slide to the back here. But I was gonna rotate for maybe the first 10, 20 minutes, and then I was gonna just stop rotating. Like I wanted the brake to stick, but once I knew it was gonna stick, I wanted to stop. Or I was gonna stop rotating because they have no reason to work with A, 2, 4, 6, you know, two-man teams, 6 of them. And then B, I needed to play into my advantage that if we get caught late in the race, Johnny's been sitting in the whole time. So, and if we don't get caught, then I should be sitting in the whole time. So it's like, it works out for me either way. But you see like, excuse me, my heart rate is just pretty up there right now. I think I maxed out in this race at like 189. So, I mean, this is a good little move here. Don't know why this didn't work. I'm not gonna look too much into it, but this was my big attempt. And I say that because then the next couple breakaways, we have 2 other guys that have the fitness to be in these breaks. One, Lewis Elliott, races on our team, on the Bicycle House race team. Very fit, ex Ironman guy. And then Johnny Corcoran. So after this breakaway was brought back, they had kind of the opportunity to get into some breaks, and they went for them, and then one of those ends up sticking. And it's not like, when you're playing with a team, it's not like you can go after every one of them, because if I see Johnny stand up and sprint after a move, I'm not gonna stand up and sprint after that move, right? You're just not gonna do it. You wanna let that gap open up, you wanna hope that Johnny's gonna get in that break, and then you wanna hope that Johnny delivers. Same with Lewis. Generally, that's it. And then you don't get on the front, you don't pull, you just try to hope that they make it. And then if they do get caught, then you boom, counterattack, right? That's the idea. One of their brakes stuck, so I was just relegated to sit in the pack. Even though I felt pretty good today. There goes Lewis. Perfect counterattack by Lewis. Perfect. He knew I was in the breakaway. As soon as we got caught, boom, hits it hard up the left-hand side. You know? That's the way to do it. Now people are looking around like Stonehouse is gonna have to go. The other team members of those other teams that were sitting in now have to go chase Lewis, and it just creates that 1-2 punch. And I get to rest here. You see my heart rate come back down in the 160s. I'm already feeling pretty good. My heart, like I said, my hydration was good. My heart rate would come down nice and quick. I was recovering well here. I felt great. I felt fantastic in this race. Yeah, it was just, I think my fitness is starting to come around, and now the race season's over here in Arizona. Like, this is literally the last race in Phoenix, last crit race in Phoenix, literally. And it's, what is it, March 10th this race was. That's it, season over. I think there's one, the state championships are down in Tucson. I'm gonna go do those in April, but this is pretty much it. And I'm just now starting to feel good. It is what it is. It's hard to get fitness, man. And even when it's not snowing here, it's hard to come out in January, you know, January 20th with like crazy fitness. And yet guys do, and I'm just not built for it. I like the heat. I like the heat, man. So anyway, so Lewis is up the road now off that counterattack. You see just a few guys, like 3 or 4 guys right up there in that little break. So I'm just sitting in. It's not got a good composition of people. It's missing a few players, few teams, right? So we're sitting in, and you see counterattack. No, that's not really counterattack. Like that guy in the pink jersey, he doesn't know what he's doing. So you see Johnny and Brennan moving up here, Tony moving up, ready for a counterattack if Lewis gets caught. That's the proper way to do it. There was no one on the front for Lewis out there from our team, and that's important. I think it. let me see here. I think it comes back together right here. Man, that wreck, as you guys saw from the thumbnail, there is a pretty good size crash that happens, and it's always something. It's always something when the group slows down, right? It's never like when the group's like doing 35 miles an hour through a corner. I don't want to say it's never, but it's way less likely that, you know, when a group is strung out in a single file line, that someone's going to do something stupid. It's like right now, like you see on the screen when everyone's just like, I'm gonna look around, I'm gonna grab a water, and then they cross wheels or somebody hits their brakes and then smash. All of a sudden it's a yard sale. Look at Phil here on the left with the chrome fork. Just looking good. Looking good. That's the best LA Sprint color. I don't know what you guys think about the LA Sprints, but that white one I had with the chrome fork, that was legit. Aaron, if you're listening, I want to buy that thing back. I want to buy yours from you. There it is again on the left. Phil just looking good. Got the LA shoes on even. Drop underneath here. So we got some teams working here. Counterattacks rolling. Pretty chill at the moment. There goes a move there. That is, the guy in the light blue jersey was the guy who I think ends up winning. He's a pro of some kind. And Johnny was kind of marking him a little bit there, so Johnny goes with him. The front straightaway had a little bit of headwind, so attacks on the front straightaway, it was a bold move to attack on the front straightaway. He just didn't have the speed to get past the guys, get a gap. And that's what ends up happening right there. Is you see, like if you go from the middle of the pack and with like a headwind, by the time you get to the front, you know, you're not carrying a bigger differential in speed than the guys at the front, because you kind of just die out. So they end up just jumping on your wheel and ends up just stringing it out. That's what happened there. It was definitely better to attack or counter on the back, because the group would like kind of slow here with the tailwind. That's perfect. So they're losing their speed, their mile an hour, and you're able to gain a lot of mile an hour, and that gives you that distance with less power. Perfect. This corner is pretty good. This whole course is pretty good. There was one like little storm drain, but it's in like this little straight right here, like right here, boom. That was it. Pretty good course. I'd put it up there with like Santan. I like this course, I like Santan. I'd like to get over and do some California racing, see what it's all about. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any races coming up in like Southern California here over like April, May. Try to get out and do some with the boys, maybe with Jack. Get out there and race some bicycles. Oh, there it was. Holy cow. Oh, watch out. There it was. Holy cow. Well, yeah, we'll go back and revisit that. Holy cow. Guys, that was intense. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. So as I was saying, I'm gonna try to get out and do some racing out in California with my boy Jack, Pedal Mafia, the Kangaroo. Get out there and race some bicycles with Jack. But if you guys have any events out there that you're doing, let me know in the comments below or link them. I have to approve links, but if you want to link a race, I will check it out and then I'll approve it to kind of promote some racing in the comments. That'd be cool. So I think that crash, guys, everyone's okay and they're alive, but they stopped the race here, and that's where I'm going to stop part 1 of this video. That's right, we're going to do a to be continued because it's a 70-minute video, right? Long race and now in the Pro 1-2s. So I'm going to do a to be continued. Everybody's okay. For the most part, right? Like, I mean, as okay as you can be when your face hits the pavement. He basically just crossed up wheels and then went down. So that's it. So they actually stopped the race and they restart us, and that's what I'm gonna do as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe so you don't miss part 2. Make sure to like the video, give it a like, and we'll see you in part 2.